Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rochelle Miller and welcome to ASTL 6315, Investigation of Learning and Development Through Multiple Contexts. This course is going to apply various learning theories to the educational system and to your current classroom. And so hopefully either you are in a classroom or maybe you are pursuing a counseling degree where you are maybe you have you're counseling students currently, or hopefully you're in some type of position where you have worked with students currently or worked with children currently, because all of the information that we will be discussing throughout the semester will be able to you'll be able to directly apply that to students. And so required materials for this particular course, this is we have Educational Psychology Developing Learners. It is the 7th edition. Now when you go to purchase this textbook, you'll see that there are later editions. We've decided to keep an earlier edition just because there really isn't much difference from the earlier editions to the latest ones, and just to save you money, we decided to just go ahead and stick with the 7th edition for now. So you will need that particular textbook. You will also need to purchase chalk and wire if you are enrolled in the College of Ed, in a graduate program in the College of Ed, and you will also need a computer like a PC or MacBook or laptop or phone with a camera, because you will be completing video conferences during the semester. We will actually have 2 video conferences during the semester. Just to go over a few requirements, the course outline will be discussing specific different topics from various learning theories, psychology and learning, behaviorist theories, learning psychology and the brain, modern cognitivism, etc. And so if we're looking at the course evaluation, I do accept all assignments even if they are late, but please know that late assignments are penalized 10% of the final score per day that the assignment is late. So for instance, if that assignment is worth 100 points, if it is 1 day late, you will be deducted 10 points by submitting it 1 day late. So just keep that in mind. I do accept all late assignments, but there is a penalty. And one tip for you, I would email yourself a copy of anything that is submitted to Blackboard, just in case if there's any technology glitches, and I promise you that there are glitches from time to time with Blackboard. Please do not email me. I get so many emails every day. My inbox will get very cluttered and your submission will get buried if you submit it to me in my email inbox. So please make sure you submit it to Blackboard, but also email it to yourself. So if there are any problems, you can let me know and you can send me documentation of that. This is a list of all of the items that you will be completing throughout the semester. From introduction to you guys are going to complete an infographic, a Zoom conference, case study, authentic activity, a digital presentation of your student intervention project, and a student intervention project. So our student intervention project, that is worth 300 points. This is also a key assessment, which is why you need chalk and wire. And so you will actually be submitting your student intervention project to chalk and wire at the end of the semester. There is no face-to-face class meetings. Everything will be online. And I think that's pretty much it. Those are the highlights for that particular for this syllabus. What I would like to do is just show you how the course is laid out. And so here is the course calendar. The course calendar, all of this is located in Module 0. So if you go through Module 0, you'll have the syllabus, you'll have the calendar. This is the textbook information, student and instructor expectations. We're kind of scrolling down, and there is a Module 0 quiz. This is one of the very first assignments that you will complete. This is just to make sure that you reviewed all of the items in Module 0 and you're familiar with the course. And here's the course calendar. It goes week by week, and everything that is in bold are the items that all of the assignments that is required. What I want to go through, I'm going to kind of work backwards here because your major project is your student intervention project. And I do want to go over this with you because I want you to see how that student intervention project is laid out compared to how the entire semester is laid out. So start thinking right now at the very beginning of the semester. I want you to think about a student who you've had recently, someone who you've maybe you are currently a counselor, maybe you've counseled this student, maybe you've taught this student. If you have no teaching experience at all, like as far as in the school system, maybe you've taught them Vacation Bible School, someone in your immediate past academic year. So hopefully you're working in an educational setting where you can think of someone who in the past academic year, someone who had the greatest need for improvement. Maybe maybe you didn't quite understand this student, or maybe you just felt like you couldn't fully have a full connection with that student, or maybe this child had poor social skills or was a low performer, maybe from a different culture or socioeconomic background, and you had a really difficult time relating to this student. Maybe the student had family issues, or maybe the student was an outsider to the community. I want you to think about someone who you feel like you could have just had a much better connection with, or you could have helped this child even more. And so I want you're going to I want you to provide me as much demographics as possible for the student. And you're going to give me lots of information. I'm not going to go into great detail with this because I'm going to go into more detail in Module 5 with this particular project. But I want you to see how it's laid out, because after you give me student historical information, this is where the meat of this project is, and this is where it's going to line up with your weekly modules. And so there's going to be 3 major components here of your project: the emotional engagement documentation, classroom management documentation, and then academic performance documentation. This first section is going to cover chapters 3, 4, and 10. And if you'll notice, Module 1 will cover chapters 3, 4, and 10. And so there's going to be some weeks are going to be really heavy reading, but I'm trying to put it together in a way in chunks to where once you finished Module 1, if you want to kind of work on this student intervention project in tandem with your modules each week, that might be a good idea, because in the end, this project, just the action plan for your student intervention, is going to be a total of at least 15 pages. So just this first section right here, you're going to discuss 5 strategies that could have been used to help your target student, and each it's going to be 1 page for each strategy. So if you're talking about 5 strategies here, just this first section is going to be 5 pages. So think about when you're working on Module 1, after you've completed Module 1 with chapters 3, 4, and 10, while that information is fresh in your head, you might want to go ahead and work on this emotional engagement documentation section. Module 2 is going to cover chapters 9, 11, and 13. So, and then Module 3 is going to cover chapters 2 and 6. And then Module 4 is going to cover chapters 7 and 8. I think that's how it's broken down. There's 4 chapters here. It may not be in that order, but I did chunk them into 2 and 2. So like that, you could work on the final part of your student intervention project after you complete Module 4. And so think about that. Keep that in mind as you're working through. Let me just kind of give you a little glimpse of, here it is, and here it shows chapters 3, 4, and 10 for Module 1. Module 2, chapters 9, 11, and 13. Module 3 is chapters 2 and 12. And then Module 4 is chapters 6 through 8. Let's see. So I actually added an additional chapter here just because I just wanted some additional information here, that was really, really important for you all to know about. So again, and in Module 5, it's only the student intervention project that you're focusing on. So you can either wait the whole semester and just knock it out in Module 5, or again, you can work on it in tandem while you're working on each module. And so just to give you an idea of what each module looks like, so here's Module 0 with all the information. Module 1, Module 1 is going to have anything in red is going to be an assignment. So here's your Flipgrid introduction. Here's your assigned readings, lecture videos that I've provided to give you just additional resources. Here is information on infographics, and then here is a folder with your actual assignment. When you click on it, you will have you'll have a short video describing the requirements of your assignment along with your actual assignment. And then additional resources. So I have a plethora of resources in each module, and so feel free to use all of them or just the bare minimum. Maybe you just want to do the readings and do the assignment and you feel comfortable with doing that. Some people would prefer to go through the lecture videos and also go through the additional resources. It's there for you. All of that extra information is there for you. So feel free to use all of it or just what you feel you need to. And so each module is laid out pretty much very similar layout for all of these. So again, this is going to be a great semester. I look forward to working with you all this semester. Please feel free to contact me by email. I will also email you my cell phone number, so feel free to call me or text me if you also need to reach me. Best way to reach me is via email, but if you really need to reach me, if it's an emergency, feel free to call my cell phone or text me as well. It's going to be a great semester, and I look forward to it. Thanks so much.